Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Hunter x Hunter episode 122. What happened last time?
Last time was an absolutely crazy episode. Youpi had such dramatic growth and change, and he completely got away. What are you doing? He escaped. The APR is released. Knov came in and rescued Morel, but both of them are looking pretty rough and will not be able to help anymore. And Pouf is trying to get information about where the king is, and Knuckle and Cocomelon are staying to help with the fight.
Indeed. Leave a like and subscribe. Rock down to... Hunt for your dream in the like button and the share button and the subscribe button and the comment section. Do it, please. That's it. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon to get roughly 20 episodes ahead. That's linked in the description, patreon.com/boldcast. You can get a lot of episodes ahead by going to patreon.com/boldcast. If you're not satisfied by the episodes you see on YouTube and you want to see more, you can go to patreon.com/boldcast and get a lot of episodes ahead. It should say on screen right now how far ahead you can get. Hope you enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, hunt for your dream. Let's go.
Oh, and that's the other thing. Apparently, even if the royal guards all go now, they won't be able to help.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Mm-hmm. So their job is done,
yes.
Essentially. Their job was, you know, if Youpi really isn't a bad guy, and the only reason that he's doing bad shit potentially in the future is because he is controlled by the king or loyal to the king. If the king's removed, then he's just another, you know, crazy character in the world of Hunter x Hunter, of which there are many.
Yeah.
You know, there's crazy people all over the place.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm like, when there was showing that again, I'm like, oh, he's not a bad guy. I'm like, oh, I hope you never have to fight the Phantom Troop because you'll just be like, oh no, what a wacky cast of characters. I don't care. They're destroying the city, but they're not bad guys.
Exactly.
Pose X and X name.
Wouldn't you want to sit on the dragon's head? I guess if you're netero, you probably want him in front of you. It's just you're going like...
Just deserted area.
やっても見ねえでわかるかよと何も知らんだろうが。ダメで判断すると足元救われるぞ。
逆だ。僕が読めぬほど凡庸な指し手には見えぬ。滑るため生を受け、当初お主らにの感情を用いなかったが、今は違う。つかながら生かすに足る人間がいることを知った。
A few.
娘がそうだ。お主にも同じものを感じる。矛を収めるなら許してやらんでもない。
わしだけをって話だろう。 そいつは立場上聞けねえそうだ。
Just realized he's doing the Frieza pose. That's kind of weird.
一方プフはここから動かないことを条件に
I wanted more of that.
ここで何が起きたかをせ
This is so scary.
ピトーはプフの要求通り襲撃直後つまり時点から語り始めたない部分をあえて説明することでゴンが話を聞くことにするよう仕向ける狙いである抱えた王のことを意図的に話さなかったのは状況を言葉で忠実に術を持たなかったからだゴンに際立った変化はないが王はゴンの視線の揺らぎに企みの成功を見た
王は自らの意志で敵とそこから出て行った。たちが行く必要はない。
なるほど南へよくわかりました例ですピト
Yeah, because they went out and then went straight, so that's she told them the direction.
Yeah.
私だけ残すなら7分の1のハエで十分残りの6だ王のもとへ
Apparently it's too late anyway, so I guess I can't be that concerned.
負けを覚悟の戦いか理解できぬな人類という種のためかあるいはむしろ強力だと言っておくお前たちの社会には仮に似た仕切りがあろう境の右で飢えて死に左では何もしないが全てを持っている狂気の沙汰だ世が壊してやるそして与えようとは言えぬまでも理不尽な差のない世界を
Let's say
初めのうちは力と
It's like-
恐怖を利用することを否定しない
sort of a lot more complicated shit than I expected for a
秩序維持の
2-month-old.
ためと限定する力を使うかを学習した弱くしかし生かすべきものを守るためだ
Yep, it gets a little bit weird when you're the one deciding who gets to live and who doesn't, and who gets to be protected and who doesn't.
I mean, that's kind of what Netero's doing right now by fighting.
は厄介だな。
貴様とは戦わぬ場所の移動に意を挟まなかったのは忌憚なく論を交わすために過ぎる
He just wants to talk. This makes it really complicated for Netero.
Yeah.
The king just wants to have.
人との間でとしてまだ気づいていない。二つが絶対に交わらないことに。どちらにも短期うる。たとえどちらに転んでも結論は変わらない。批判は全てハンター協会がかぶれことですな。早めにやっちゃいい。心がぶれる前に。おいよ、お互い大変だな。
Oh my god.
100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva. Let's crank this shit up.
Just smacked him.
Smashed him like a bug.
Like a
Much
bug.
like a bug would be smacked. Yeah, imagine last episode, and you just like, you see this, and you're just like, what the
I have no idea how
fuck?
that fight turned out.
Why does he have a demon on his shoulder? Why is his head like that?
I mean, those are still valid questions. So have you.
言われたくありませんね。敵に気づかれないよう脱出するあったのです。私には確証がありません。ピトーの変化が果たして本当に王のためになるのか。
What about the way I've
ユ
changed?
ピー自身ピトーの機微が理解できた。
ユピ、どうすべきだと思いますか。
試されている。それゆえユピーは直感した。ユピーにも訪れているであろうわずかな恐れを抱いていること。愚問だな。
There's wings again.
来ます
Little wings on his butt.
王のもとへ。それだけのことだろう。
真からの答えだった。
ですね。
ただこの場から離れるための恐れているのはユピーもまたのだから。
Things have gotten so much more complicated.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Drew blood.
Yeah.
直撃したはず。
I guess that would probably normally kill, like,
Anything.
pretty much anything.
That would kill anything.
立ち筋が見えん。気が済んだか。
Are you sad? He forgave him for that. He's literally giving him a second chance.
それでも
Damn.
二度は言わぬ。
He is kind of repeating himself. Oh, shit!
My God.
That's literally like Dio Zawarudo, like time freezing.
Yeah.
He does the prayer because that's how fast he's trained to do it now.
That whole backstory with this was so crazy too.
Third hand.
Oh no.
そんなに死にたいか。
放たれた土器は王の器量としては稚児のダダに親がのわずかな炎であったが、この立ち回りの倍以上下がらせるに十分な象徴を含んでいた。それは決して引けぬとの決意、方に等しい傷をネテロに与えた。
悟る。
He just wants to
その方が
talk.
世と交わすことが叶うのは言葉だけ。
He is obstinate. You
Yeah.
cannot beat him this way.
それができれば苦労
Who's the animal now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's the monster now? One person's trying to talk, the other person is coming instantly to blows.
言葉か。王よ、自分の名を知りたくはないか。
Oh.
なぜ貴様が世の名前を知っている？
部下がお主の母親の臨終に立ち会ったのよ。言葉がお主の名だったそうだ。そう戦闘で死んでしまったかもな。
So he's the only one that knows it. What?
This is a Bo Burnham switcheroo. This is actually part of the show, and it's gonna flash back. Wait, don't look for a second. What are the actual odds of this happening? It was totally random.
戦闘で死んでしまったかもな。
Okay. Don't look again. This is fucking annoying. Go back. Hang on. I'll refresh, and then we'll go back. Hang on. I'll actually I'll restart Chrome.
Okay.
And then we'll go back a little bit. Get back in.
やる気になったかね。わしに負けを認めさすことができ教えてやらんでもないぞ。
How's that for words? God damn it.
殺さず気の済むまでか。飛車角落ちといったところだな。
This is fucking ridiculous, Crunchyroll. This is fucking ridiculous.
Ma, すぐに積んでやろう。
This is so fucking cool. This is fucking epic.
Suspense music.
It's the closed captions for
I
the
know.
English dub.
ネテロと王の真の戦いが始まった。
All that for that. It's so fucking dumb. What'd you think of that episode?
Another crazy episode. I feel like I say that every time, but it was a crazy episode. We actually got to this fight. I was thinking, I was like, I don't even know how long until we're gonna get to this fight.
Yeah.
You know, like everything else was just going on, and like at some points I almost forgot about it because it was just so, like it just seemed so far away and so like, oh, they're just like flying into the distance. You know, that's not, even though that's like the main thing, it somehow seemed not urgent.
Yeah.
You know. Because he was just going so willingly. And, you know, when he gets there and is just like, oh, actually, I don't want to fight you. I want to talk to you. And it's... And Netero is doing, like, what I was just talking about last episode that Knuckle is incapable of doing, of putting aside his personal feelings and doing what needs to be done, or in this case, like what the job is, basically. Yeah. And it's a really interesting situation because the king does want to talk. We've seen he has gone through a lot of changes. But also, like Netero is saying, he's only how old at this point? Like
Couple months.
A couple of months old.
Like a month, maybe.
Yeah, it's and that's like, you know, even for someone who has been alive for a long time, that's like not a lot of time to, you know, fully rationalize out every type of thought that you have. He's like a child still. But he's making the decisions of the supreme ruler of the entire world. And he's, you know, trying to, you know, think of ways to, like, protect the weak and do all this stuff. But, like, Netero is worried about it. It's like, well, I mean, he could at any point just decide, fuck that, I want to take over everything again.
Yeah,
and
he's at a crossroads, and there's two sides. He doesn't realize that they're opposites. you know?
It's like, yeah, it's like, because what he's saying, I'm just going to destroy everything in my way at first, and then I'll make a really nice place. And it's like, well, maybe you haven't really thought that through very much, because it seems like you just, not only is he only, a month old at all, but it's only been within the past week max that he has even started to regard humans as anything other than for his appetite or enjoyment.
But again, it's not, you can't judge it by that. We say that a lot, but you can't. I say it as a joke. You can't judge it by that, because if they were a human, they wouldn't be walking.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing. And that's the point. It's not the same thing, and you can't account for it, and there's no standard for it. That's why they're afraid of it. That's why it's scary. That's why it's a threat. Is because you don't know what it's capable of, or what will happen with them. Yeah, because in the last half hour, Youpi has gone from a mindless beast to a sympathetic warrior. It's a completely different person at this point. And in the last half hour, Pitou's gone from just a violence craving, I don't even know what the mad scientist
person,
to a defensive mother figure.
Yeah. And experiencing fear on the behalf of something else, which is like an unknown emotion that had never, occurred to Pitou before. So it's yeah, and that's the whole problem with this, is because it's so sudden, and because they are so strong, and because they have already done so much damage. It's just like, how can you, you even if they seem genuine and they have changed and they want to do something else, if they've changed that much in this amount of time, they could easily change back or change into something else, or do so. They might not always be changing in the same direction. Right now the king is changing towards being a more sympathetic person, but he could just as easily come across something else that makes him be changed towards being more evil and not caring about people anymore. What if he goes back and Komugi is dead, and then he could go back and it's either, because she died, I want to make sure that no one else likes her die, and it doubles down on the sympathy, or it's like, she died, I don't care about anything anymore, I will kill everyone, and it's so precarious. And Netero, this is not what he was anticipating at all. So
it just makes it so much more difficult.
Yeah,
because it's exactly like you said, the knuckle perspective, same shit. It makes it so much more difficult. It turns it from, he wasn't expecting a political debate from this guy.
Yeah.
This is he wasn't expecting to, he didn't train for the last few months and steal his mind and put on his lucky shirt and come out here with the hardened expression of a 100-plus-year-old warrior, master of his craft. He didn't go demon mode in his mind and spend the last 3 months hardening himself, mind, body, and spirit, to come here and debate tax policies. He came here to kill and exterminate. So he did not prepare that part of it. He did not prepare his words. He could, if he knew this is what it was going to be, he might have prepared his words, but
you can't go back and change it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what his main thing is Netero. I'll leave that. I won't talk too much about what Netero's feeling.
Okay.
The time will come and we'll do a discussion at the very least, but I don't want to spoil you on the whole fucking thing of this, so I'll just stop there.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. And the king, he keeps getting smacked and then just goes into the exact same pose, he's just so
Also, you like this?
And it's the same. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. I was also gonna say, what's interesting is how Gon kind of fits in with Knuckle and with Netero. Like the three of them kind of are all in different things of being in the position where they're going to fight one of these ants and deciding based on the changes that the ants have clearly made and clearly demonstrated what to do. And it's like Knuckle couldn't do it. He viewed him as too much of a person. He related to him too much, couldn't do it. Netero is like concerned. Can see like the difference. He can see that the king is not just like a violent animal like lashing out and acting on instinct. He's thinking, he has thoughts, seemingly has morals and empathy to some degree, but he is like, no, I have to do this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I can't think too much on it or else I might not be able to go through with it. And then Gon as well is sitting like right in front of Pitou, and Pitou has clearly changed drastically from the last time. Like the first time that he saw Pitou just flew in there, excited to fight and kill. And now Pitou is there begging and pleading to just not fight, to just let this girl live, to do anything possible with that. Pouf, stay out of here. Like, you know, it's and especially with Pouf there, if Pitou didn't care as much about Komugi, Pitou could just be like, oh yeah, Pouf, let's kill this kid together right now.
Easily.
It would be so incredibly easy. But Pitou not doing that, despite, like, Pitou could probably take Gon just a 1v1. But then when Pouf shows up, and it could just be instant, you know? But it's not, and that's just showing how dedicated Pitou is. But Gon isn't too interested. He is not willing to see the change in Pitou. He doesn't want to because he's so angry about Kite, and his feelings about Kite override his feelings of that he may have otherwise felt, because his whole problem when he killed all those ants and was like, I don't care about them, was because they didn't care about their friends. What's this ant doing? This ant is caring about another person, demonstrating compassion, having goals and trying to talk things out. And it's also very similar with the Phantom Troop, how when he gets kind of mad at them, but then also kind of respects the fact that they do care about their friends, and it's like it's this whole thing. But now that logic that had previously been a consistent thing where he like the way that people treat other people is relevant to him, and he acts based on that. But now it's coming back around to, at the end of the day, what really matters is what he cares about, and if he how involved he is with the situation. It's
like the way that they're sitting isn't just an aesthetic choice. The way that they're sitting is reflecting their character development. It's like Gon started out up here as a person, and the king started down here. And now they've switched, like, similar to how Kite and Gon, like, sort of passed each other philosophically, how we talked about that previously. Mm-hmm. Now it's like Gon is the one, like, Kite is Gon's Komugi, right?
Yes.
So, like, Kite is the one thing, is his one exception to what's going on here. And, like, the reason why he doesn't, like, I don't know exactly how to put this the proper way, but it's like the king is arguing, the king started totally devoid of any, respect for humanity at all, but now he's gaining that slightly, and then Gon started with, like, no respect at all for, like, chimera ants' wants and needs. Mm-hmm. And then is now forced to contend with that in a similar way that the king is forced to contend with humanity. So they've sort of passed each other, where the king is evolving his personality and gaining morals and ethics. Gon is blinding himself to them. Literally, you can see it in his eyes, how the light is just gone from his eyes. The life is leaving his eyes, and he is just bent on destruction. in the same way that the king was when he was first born.
Yeah.
Just on achieving his goals, single purpose, single-minded. Morals and ethics are, dwindling if they're at all.
Yeah.
All he needs is a single excuse.
Yeah, his exact.
It's more like the king during the komugi or the Gungi games. It's like how when he was playing all the other people. It's like any excuse in a conversation to just take your head out. It's like one thing, and it's just everything's over. Not like get out of my sight. Not you're banished. Just deleted from existence. Like any small infraction. And that's exactly where Gon is now. And now if you think about Gon in the Hunter exam, say wind it back for him, that's kind of where the king is now. The king is like Gon when he was fighting Hanzo, where he's just like, I'll break your fucking legs. Yeah. I'll cut your legs off. Do you understand me? Do what I say. Just admit defeat right now. Yeah. And he's just like, I'm not going to admit defeat. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
You admit defeat. You admit defeat. I win. Like that's like keep fucking knocking me around like I give a shit.
Yeah.
Like I give a shit. Keep doing it cuz that's not how this works. I set the rules, you understand? Like that's kind of how the king is now. But the king and in that way, like Gon was sort of like in that instance, he against Hanzo, he was sort of like fighting for his own sense of ethics and honor and his own self-respect and his goals and his empathy and everything, like all of that. This wonderment, this hunger for the future, this hunting for his dream. That was what was glinting in his eyes, and now that's totally gone. And the king is the one taking the beating and trying to get through to the other person.
Yeah.
Similar, even more so, to fucking Canary, when he was going to get Killua from his house, and he ran up against Canary, and Canary just beat the fucking shit out of Gon, and he was just like, I don't care. Keep doing it because... you're not going to convince me by beating me. That's literally, I think he said something like that. It's like, you're not going to beat my will out of me. Like that, my character's not that weak that you can just beat me into submission. I'm not going to do that. That's exactly what's happening with the king, just on a way larger scale.
Yeah,
obviously.
so that's what I was going to bring up as well. It's so interesting to see these characters mirrored between a child who has like little to no influence on the world and a creature that could take over the entire world and was born to take over the entire world, and how they can be so similar and so different and like reflecting each other in so many ways, but like the scale of it is just because that's the thing here. It's like if Gon sticks to his guns and goes all out after the hour and kills Komugi, then the worst that happens is Komugi dies, and possibly he also dies if he gets his ass kicked by Pitou. Like that's what happens. But then if the king wins and then decides to like go evil, then that's like on such a larger scale. But yeah,
it's kind of like the king. Netero is kind of like Komugi in this sort of mirrored situation right now. It's like the king instantly sees that Netero is worth some form of respect. He's on that same level of like pure, like internal purity that Komugi has. Like how Komugi is all about the game. It's all about living bent towards this one purpose. That's how Netero has lived his life. And the king, because he sees that in Komugi, he sees that, and through talking to Komugi, it's like the only human he's been able to respect is someone who has lived entirely for one game, to be the master and perfection, this pure essence towards this one thing. And that's literally how Netero was introduced to us for this arc. Like he has been that person for more than 100 years of his life, literally. Like he before that flashback, I think he was at age 40, 45, something like that. I forget the exact age, but the flashback starts out like it's a plateau. He hit a plateau in his training, and he did all that because he needed to move forward and needed to evolve. So he had been a martial arts master before that, but he needed to ascend to the next level. And in a way that nobody could teach him. He had to learn it on his own. He had to go beyond and just focus on literally one thing: prayer, punch, sleep. Do 10,000 in a day and then go to sleep. Or was it 1,000? I think it was 10,000. And
it was ridiculous.
Like, so he instantly sees the similarities between netero and komugi, and he instantly respects the king. He says that like outright. He's like, I can see you're not just a normal person. You can see the flow of battle or whatever it is. And that's how komugi sees Gungi. That's how komugi uses her nen and her ability. So he respects netero instantly, but netero is the thing standing in the way of his ambition, of what he needs to do. That's exactly how the situation that Gon is just reversed with Komugi. Komugi is the one thing standing between him and his goal. If Komugi could get out of the way, it's just Komugi is standing in the way of what he wants, basically. Yeah. So again, that mirror is there as well, and that's really interesting. Also, like, mirrored in multiple ways, because Gon is sort of like it's like Netero's like the most powerful person that we've seen, and then Komugi is like the weakest, just on multiple levels. It's mirrored and very clever.
Yeah, what's interesting as well, like with the whole Komugi thing, it's like what makes Gon so interesting in this position is like previously he would have been the guy to. And also, in potentially just another situation, he would have been sympathetic to Komugi and like wanting to help her.
Yeah.
But just because it's purely that he has something else that is overriding anything. It's like with him. It's like if he goes into a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with him, then he'll like pick something on the fly. Like he'll be like, oh, this person like seems like they need my help, or oh, this person is nice, or oh, this person helped me. It's like he needs to like be presented with something to care about. Like, I guess that's it then. Go on to the next
Nothing else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.